turn to another combustible player who joined a team that was pretty darn good last year, overachieved. That is none other than our Kyrie Irving for the last 2 years.
Yes.
Joined the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
He did so with Kevin Durant, but KD won't play.
We're going to have to wait on that one for the final return.
So now you basically replaced D'Angelo Russell in Brooklyn with Kyrie.
Yes.
With a bunch of overachievers who got, I think, 6. There were 6 in the East last year, right around 500.
Yeah.
And Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie,
Yep.
Jared Allen, Joe Harris, a bunch of guys that honestly.
Joe Harris, Team USA, Joe Harris.
That could make a shot for Team USA.
Yeah.
And he is a shooter.
Yep.
But a bunch of overachievers, and you add Kyrie without KD this year.
Who knows?
What do you think?
He's, first of all, he's given an intriguing answer to what was wrong with him when he came last year. And now that, how much do you want to buy?
Passed away.
How much? Yeah, all right, I know, and that's very sad, and I'm sure he's close to grandparents. But, oh my God, I mean,
we've all gone to work.
He's not the first person ever, and and I don't know. It as usual, it is so classic that he would say something that would have us going.
Kind of feel bad, right? I feel bad, but I don't know if I buy it.
You're left. You want to, but because of the track record that he's laid down about, you don't know where to take it.
Right.
So I just
you hate to do that. You hate to be the person, right? Saying I don't really believe you.
I'm going to say,
but
there's no reason for me to change my mind yet. If he change it for me, Kyrie. But here's what I'm going to say. Here's what I've been saying about him for the last 6 months since the season ended. All right, I said this will not be his last stop. And he'll play for another couple of teams, and every team after he leaves will say, God, we couldn't figure that guy out. All right? And the other thing is, he's searching for something. We don't know what. I don't know if he knows what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong about this one, because I've been saying this, and I don't want to say it if it's factually incorrect. He has never categorically stated to anybody publicly why he left the Cavaliers.
No, I asked him multiple times. I was the one when he first got here at Media Day and the first press conference. And he wouldn't answer it. And then he goes up to me, first day of training camp in Newport, Newport, Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. And I asked him again that day because I felt like you had to, right? That's all anybody wanted to know.
Of course.
So he goes up to me and he goes, "Oh, Jeff, I know you're an insider now." I said, "What is that supposed to mean?" and that's part of my problem with Kyrie is he comes across as very condescending. Like he's smarter than everybody.
Oh yeah. He and he's not as smart as he thinks he is. That syndrome will never. It's going to be a human condition. It's never going to change.
How does that fly with these guys?
I've encountered so many athletes about that was their essential problem. He can handle the language, but when you're all done, you're looking at this transcript.
It makes no sense.
What did he say?
Most of it makes no sense.
But the words sound good.
Right.
All right. So how's it translate? We know what he did last year, and he admits that it was hard on the kids and all that, and it means he's actually going to change. It's such a complicated package. He is so talented.
Oh, the things he can do to get to the basket. And
get to the hoop.
Although I will say this, in the playoffs, he looked almost like injured. He looked like he was swallowed up in the playoffs, and that he couldn't finish around the basket when normally it's what he does. He finds a way, right? With his handle, with his body control, with everything like that. I wonder too, Bob, and I've said this forever, does he have old man knees? Are his knees going to really? Now, again, he's not the most athletic guy in the world, so that part won't affect him quite as much. But I've had people close to him say that they are worried about his long-term health because of his knees.
I get you. I did not know that. Okay. I just know that he's...
You're not taking the Knicks over the Nets, are you? Are you
really? No. But no. I'm not buying... I'm not buying the Knicks Kool-Aid. The party line is that Steve Mills could have talked to some free agents but chose not to. What is that nonsense all about? Right?
Ridiculous.
Am I right? Is that what he said? Or he could have didn't. I mean, how do you something like that?
They wanted Kyrie, but I was told by my sources the only way they wanted Kyrie was if they could get KD.
Yeah.
They didn't want Kyrie without KD. And honestly, the Nets probably the same deal.
Yeah. All right. They've got They got some solid on paper pieces.
Pieces.
Bobby Portis is now 33. Todd Gibson, he has a role. He's 34 now.
Yeah.
And they got Marcus Morris, who I like.
You
have to like him. He's
they got some tough dudes.
Tough guys.
Morris, Portis. They added 3 tough.
Yes,
front
and
court
Bullock,
guys.
and throw Bullock, I think, in there too, right?
He can make shots.
Okay, fine.
Who's your star? Who's your star, Bob? Who are you building around?
Oh, they don't have a building.
R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett, the rookie.
Randall. No,
Randall's
I like Randall.
Oh, I love him, but he's a good number 3 or 4 guy on your team.
Yeah, right.
He's not an all-star.
Right, no.
R.J. Barrett is the guy they're going to have to
now,
give the ball to and live with.
You know who they're hyping right now? Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, I know.
They're hyping him.
Listen, I've seen Mitchell play for 5 years now. Super talented.
Saying.
I don't trust him.
Okay, he's 21 years old.
I don't trust him.
They're selling him. I read those New York papers faithfully.
Yep.
All right.
Listen, I always say this. On crappy teams, Bob, somebody has to put up numbers.
Right, all right. Now, let's get to this intriguing point guard situation.
Yeah.
They got a 3-headed monster, right? Nilikala, Dennis Smith Jr., and Elfrid Payton.
Yeah, Elfrid Payton, who can't shoot. Yeah. He's like number 3.
All right.
You're probably going to have to
Does that move the needle? Does that get your heart, your pulse racing?
No, Dennis Smith is a freak athlete, right? A freak athlete who's best known now for being in the middle of NC State, getting paid by former coach Mark Godfrey and his staff. So that's what he's known for. But a freak athlete who can jump out the gym, but I don't trust him, and he's already on his second team. Ntilikina is really good defensively, probably too nice a kid, probably went a little bit higher than he should have in the draft. I think the problem is none of these guys are frontline guys. And you can go through the whole thing. Alonzo Trier had a great rookie year last year, undrafted.
What about Knox?
Good player. Again, good.
He's 20. He's only 20 now.
I know, but what does that mean?
Well,
just because he's 20, he's going to be 25. He's going to be an all-star.
All right, so
good piece.
And Barrett, how are you on Barrett?
He's going to put up numbers, but I think he's going to be a low efficiency guy. I think that's going to be your problem. But I think he will be your best player in time. The question is, can he be an all-star?
There's one more guy.
If you don't have an all-star.
I'm not projecting stardom or anything, but I liked him in college. And I'm going to be curious to see if he can.
Who's left?
Brestakis.
Oh, Higgy.
I liked him. I liked him. I know,
he's fun.
He's going to be on the roster, I guess.
But again, the Knicks have too many players that are just like, oh wells.
And
somebody's going to put up numbers, and what they need to do, what the Knicks need to do, if I'm them, is whoever's putting up numbers. If Mitchell Robinson puts up numbers, trade him, deal him. Try to get what you can, because again, there are going to be phony numbers associated with a lot of these players because they're losing by 20. Somebody's got to get them. They're playing against second unit teams at that point, and you deal them at their peak. That's what you do. Build them up, deal them, try to get stars. If you don't have stars in this league, Bob, you got no shot.
Give me the victory range you think for them. Where would you go from Knicks?
I'd say 32.
30, yeah, I was going to go 32, 35.
32, something like that. Where the Nets, do they finish higher than they did last year with the swap?
Without Durant? And Irving,
DeMarre Carroll, they lost DeMarre Carroll. They lost Rondae Hollis-Jefferson. They lost some good pieces that were part of their DNA.
And Kurocs is maybe unavailable.
Yes,
that's another one because he was coming.
They've got, again, they overachieved.
In case people don't know, he has a little indiscretion, shall we say. We'll leave it go at that.
That he does.
Okay. Oh, one more guy should get, if we're going to talk about that, just to acknowledge a talent. And Dinwiddie came on last year. Spencer Dinwiddie.
He wanted Kyrie. He was the one who, postured for Kyrie and tried to. I'm like, why? Just going to cost you minutes.
Definitely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, like Terry Rozier could have advised him on that one. But.
Yeah, well, Terry Rozier's making $20 million.
I know.
Right now, he's just smiling. Yeah. He can lose 60 games, but Terry Rozier is going to get numbers. He's going to make a lot of money and make another contract.